Captain Jack here. I haven't done a video about Romhacks in a while, so here's a few more Super Nintendo ROM hacks to enjoy. MSU-1 hacks are an interesting type of hack that uses a homebrew chip called the MSU-1 in order to give SNES cartridges 100 times the original storage space. This can be used for anything, really. There's a few examples of FMVs being added into games, but by far the most common use of the MSU-1 is adding CD quality music. These hacks are absolutely nuts, and it kind of functions as a Sega CD for the Super Nintendo. The soundtracks can range from simple rips of other games, orchestrated remasters, to something that takes the soundtrack in an entirely different direction. If you don't have the custom chip, most emulators nowadays will play them, and there's probably about 30 or 40 of these hacks floating around, even of a few games you wouldn't think of at first. These are really interesting because the game is basically unchanged, but the soundtrack really does influence the game's tone and atmosphere. Here's a few more examples before moving on. Super Mario Kart 8 is a newer Super Mario Kart hack, and it does something special. It actually changes the layout, so not only do the tracks look different, they play different too. Other famous hacks of Mario Kart in the past, like Super Mario Kart R, were incapable of this, so it was basically a reskin of the game. The new tracks here look more like Mario Kart 8, obviously, and are quite a bit more complicated, with crazy twists and turns that demand you to be a pretty good racer. You can tell a lot of effort was put into these tracks. There's nice little details like patterns on the ground that say star or mushroom cup. The track theme changes range from pretty minor to completely different, like the now pearly white Ghost Valley stages, or my favorite, the cool accented Rainbow Road. Which really isn't Rainbow Road anymore if you think about it. The only thing a little off here is the AI. It can range from straight brutal on the Donut Plains and Mario Circuit tracks to painfully easy on the Ghost Valley stages. I'm literally lapping people here. Zelda the Goddess of Wisdom is a hack of Zelda Link to the Past that changes everything from a whole new story, overworld, and dungeons. It's designed to be just a tad harder than the original game, ironically making it one of the easier Zelda hacks out there. The world is well designed with a slightly smaller Hyrule that's packed with new secrets, caves, and items. The game's pretty generous with these. Some of the heart pieces don't even require any problem solving to get them. You just walk in and grab them. Not that the game doesn't have good puzzles, it throws you some curveballs right away, and there are plenty of them, like this double bomb section right in the first dungeon. Link to the Past hacks are honestly pretty hit or miss, but Goddess of Wisdom avoids the common pitfalls while delivering a great experience. Super Mario World: The Lost Adventure doesn't actually feel like a coherent game. It's more like a bunch of random things thrown together, but it works. It yanks you from one thing to the next. First you're in Bombad Battlefield, then you're in an F-Zero inspired racing level, then all of a sudden... Oh no. Oh no! Lost Adventure is a grab bag of everything, and it's actually not that hard, maybe a smidgen harder than the original game. The hack's confident enough that you'll keep playing just to see what's gonna happen next. The new bullet bill power perfectly sums up this mindset. It lets you shoot an infinite amount of bullet bills. Sure, it might make the game easier, but it's cool. The soundtrack in Lost Adventure is absolutely nuts. I don't think a single song is repeated in the entire game. You never know what you're gonna hear next in the Super Mario World sound font. Everything from Star Fox, Castlevania, to even a few odd ones. Is this gonna get me a copyright strike? You know, if I don't say the name of the movie, then I'm good. But don't let the shiny soundtrack distract you from the awesome level design here. It feels like there's a new idea every turn. The levels are smart and never overstay their welcome. Although there's not a ton of custom graphics, they're used to pretty good effect. Super Mario World: The Lost Adventure is the perfect example of what a hack should be. Something that makes the impossible possible. Like Mission Impossible.